Welcome, dear Thriver, to Thriver TV, and I want to remind you that if you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe and hit the notification button so that you'll get notified every time I do a new release. Okay, today I want to talk about the duty that we can feel to a narcissist that they trigger within us so that they can trap us. And it's really important to understand this because most people who get caught up with narcissists are really good people. We want to do the right thing by people and we want people to think the best about us. But yet our good nature that narcissists easily identify can be powerfully used against us to trap us. So let me explain how and why this works. Okay, so let's look at a situation. Normally we look at the relationship as in an intimate partner relationship, but I want you to understand that the work that we do in this Thriver community is with all types of narcissists to help you heal from that, as well as family narcissists. So starting off with family, maybe it's a parent and maybe they're really good at guilting you. They're telling you that you don't care enough, that you're not a good enough child, that you don't care about your parents, that you're dismissive or you're neglectful or you don't spend enough time or, you owe them after everything that they did for you. How often maybe have you heard that? But here's the thing. When it feels off in your body, and we can get really, really confused about that. It's like, well, am I selfish? Am I a bad person? But yet I'm feeling emptied out. I feel like what I do is never enough. And these are real trademarks of a narcissist, that you're doing things and you're trying to be helpful, but you're always getting criticized. Enough is never enough. There's not a focus on what you do and the gratefulness for that. It's all about what you don't do. And you feel emptied out and you feel exploited. And it really does get to a place that if you're going to take your power, your life, and your soul back, you have to say no. A narcissist can be very, very good at trying to barge through the boundary of your no by further guilting you and triggering you. And you feel like, well, if I just acquiesce and I do a bit more, finally I'm going to get that approval or that gratitude that, of course, as a child I've wanted from my parent, but it's never forthcoming. Or I'm just going to be able to relieve my guilt. But it doesn't work like that. And with a narcissist, the more you acquiesce, the more they take. You give an inch, they take a mile. And it really does to take your power, your soul, and your life force and your life back, because maybe they're monopolizing your life, for you to say no and let boundaries. And I promise you, narcissists are very, very resourceful. They will find somebody else to fill your shoes. And that love and that approval and that gratitude that you've been chasing, you are never going to get it. This is what you need to heal up between yourself and source. So when we're talking about an intimate partner relationship, duty is a way that they can control you. This is part of the trapping. So, for example, maybe you want your own life, which is a healthy relationship. That I have things that fulfill me and give me energy and purpose outside of the relationship. So do you. And then we can share power together and our experiences. So we have two individuals who are fulfilled individuals who come together to share fulfillment and a life together. That's a healthy relationship. But that's not how narcissists roll. And it's actually not how codependents roll. Narcissists and codependents have enmeshed toxic relationships whereby I'm holding you responsible for love, approval, security, and survival. That's actually the codependent piece, because we want love, approval, security, and survival. A narcissist actually isn't after that piece. What a narcissist is after is control and your life force and your resources. I'm an empty shell who needs to suck life force and energy in a parasitical way and resources and stuff to feed my empty false self so that I can feel okay, so that I can feel like I exist. The narcissist actually doesn't want teamwork and love and approval and unity, which is what you want. But how the narcissist controls you and traps you is getting you on that track of what you want and saying to you, if you give me this, I'll give you this. So they'll say, well, if you don't spend as much time with your family and your friends, you're not abandoning me. It means you care about me. It means you love me. And really, what that is about is the narcissist being able to control you more to regulate narcissistic supply. And they don't want you getting energy and power outside of the relationship. They want to monopolize your energy for themselves. But they do it through guilting you or telling you that if you don't perform that duty to them, that it's like that carrot and the stick. Do what I say or you don't get what you want. But what happens is the stick gets harder and harder and the carrot gets further away. And again, the more you acquiesce, the less you get of what you really want to get, which is love, approval, security, and survival. So the narcissist may be sick and want you to take care of them, or as they often do, they're in financial disasters all the time. And if you don't hand over money, if you don't hand over effort to fix it, well, then again, they will accuse you of not being a caring individual. So the narcissist really is a broken, irresponsible child in an adult body saying, no matter what I do and no matter how much I hurt you, it's your job to be of duty to me, to serve the false self. And the more we get caught up into paying their speeding fines, putting food on the table and a roof over our head and sorting out their court cases and mopping up their messes and diminishing our own life to grant them more of our sexuality or our resources or our energy or our attention, clearly what happens is we are being drained out, and the more barren we get, the more sick we get, and the more infiltrated we get with the toxicity of the narcissist, which is not about supporting us. It's about draining us dry. It's about exploitation. So how do we get out of this mess? It's about duty to self. It's about getting very, 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 very clear that the narcissist is not a true source of love, approval, security, or survival. The only true source for that is true source, which is our higher power, which is life force, the universe, God, your deity, whatever you want to call your higher power. That is the connection of unity and oneness and singularity as a fractal of source. That's the coming home to feeling whole and at peace, and then being able to create more of that. Then that's life force, that's life, true life. The narcissist is anti-life. They disconnect us from true source and things that inspire us and fulfill us and grant us beautiful energy. They chop all of that off and they pull us into a connection with them where they are literally sucking our energy and our life force out to try to fulfill their empty black hole. And this is why we feel so drained. We feel so exhausted. We feel like the duty of our years, our decades, our love, our attention, our resources, our money is never enough. And it's never enough because it's getting sucked into the black hole and sucking us dry. So to get out of that is to recognize that and to just stop it and say enough and disconnect, and then heal ourselves back to being able to detox the narcissist and fill with the light of true source and come home to ourselves. And that can sound all really esoteric. However, it's actually very, very simple when you understand how to do it. And what I'd love to do if something inside you resonates with this video and you think that's me, I am really trying to be of duty. I'm trying to be a good person. I'm trying to be recognized as a good person. I'm trying to give you what you want. But I'm just getting sicker and more emptied out. Well, then I really would love you. And I'm inviting you to check out my free 2-part masterclass, because it's going to explain to you spiritually, emotionally, physiologically what's actually happening to you. And it's going to make sense. And not just what's happening to you and how and why it's happening, but how to reverse it for real and get up and out of what's happening. So the links with this video, it's also going to be in the show notes. Check it out. It's a free event. And I know how much it's going to help you. And I promise you, there is a way to get back to duty to yourself, duty to source, duty to all of life in empowering ways rather than codependent enmesh ways. Ways that not only enhance and expand and improve your own life, but the lives of everybody around you who has the resources to step up into a greater life themselves and the true life that will fulfill you. So check out the link, and I know it's going to help, and I hope this made sense to you. Okay. Lots of love. Bye-bye.